Hi, Kerry here again. Still in Indianapolis. Came to a memorial here at the Indian Museum and walked down this path and thought, what a beautiful place to shoot a video. So I'm here today, and what I want to talk to you about today is that I have on a number of occasions told you that I'm investing in those companies that are going to change the way I live. I've also alluded to the fact that 50% of my portfolio is in 6 stocks. That's Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook, Tesla, and Microsoft. And that I feel they are the mainstays of my portfolio because they are the behemoths and they will grow whatever direction the world goes in. I wanted us focus today on 3 of them, what I call the sleeping giants of the investment world, and why I think they need to be a main part of your portfolio from this point future until they do something wrong, and I really don't think they're going to do anything wrong. I'm in all 3 of them. I have no intention of selling them anytime soon, and I want to give you my perspective on them, on 3 of them in this video today while you enjoy these beautiful flowers here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll be right back. I want to ask you to subscribe, give me a like, and let's make this channel grow so that we all can make good financial decisions, learn how to keep more of what we make, and create family wealth.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
The first of my sleeping giants is Microsoft. It's a stock that I don't see many people on YouTube talking about. I bought it actually in, June of 20, and I'm up 60% on it, and they give me a whopping 0.75% dividend, which doesn't amount to much of anything. I think I've got about $100,000 in it, so that means they give me a dividend of about $750 a year. So that's not a reason to buy it. But what is? Well, as I say, it's up 60%, so it was a good buy. They're number 2 in the cloud computing business. And cloud computing is basically the future of big data and how big data is analyzed and then redistributed for whatever purposes. And if you watch my videos, my purposes are, I believe that we're going to revolutionize the healthcare field, and that's going to rely very heavily on your data, my data, and other people's data. They do that through their Azure, which is second in cloud to Amazon's web services. Then the other thing I look at it, and I use it every day. I use their Word in their Office 360. I use Word. I use Excel. I use PowerPoint. And this is a subscription service. I've often said the business to be in is that of reoccurring income, and Amazon sends me a bill every month and I diligently pay it. And I suspect anybody who uses their operating system also has that and is getting a monthly bill. So that's keeping them going. They're in the digital advertising business through LinkedIn. And then my grandson wanted an Xbox for Christmas. He had to wait for it, but that's part of their business as well. So they're diversified. They are part of our future. And as I said, I'm up 60% in the past year on it. The second one that I want to talk about is that of Apple. Apple, I believe, is probably, we know it's the largest company in the world. It has probably one of the top 10 brands in the world. And it has a connotation of class, of best of quality. And I think it will continue to have that. But beyond the phone, it has wearables, and I keep going back to an interview between Jim Cramer and Tim Cook in, I believe it was January of 2019, where Tim Cook asked Jim Cramer, Jim, if we go forward to, I believe he used the year 2036, and you looked back, what do you feel you would remember Amazon for? And Jim Cramer said, I suppose the iPhone or the iPad or something of that nature. And he said, no, it will be healthcare. And I think that is guiding force for anyone who wants to have an understanding of what the future is going to be about, where the growth opportunity is, what is the next digital revolution. It's the healthcare revolution, and Apple is going to find themselves right into the center of it. Not find themselves, they're going to place themselves. They have the Apple Watch, they have Apple wearables. They are going to be a major part, and this is part of their character. This is who they want you to think of them as, not a iPhone provider. They want you to think of them as a part of the world that is going to make your life better. And so Apple is a mainstay in my portfolio and will remain such. The next one I want to talk about is Facebook. By the way, in Apple, I bought that in May of last year, and I'm up 90% on it. So that gives you some idea. Do I think I'll be up another 90% in the next year? No, I don't. I had the pandemic pullback on my side when I bought it back in May of 2020. Facebook is the other one that I want to talk about. I think Facebook is, even with all they go through relative to putting out news and hate speech and this sort of thing, Facebook, it delivers a tremendous service. I was talking at this memorial to one of Nita's cousins, and she was saying how Facebook has given her the ability to keep in touch with her high school and her college roommates and friends, and it's just a part of her life. And I think it is becoming a part of our lives. But I'm more interested in Facebook, where they're going to be in the future. And I remember seeing an interview about 6 months ago with Mark Zuckerberg. He was playing with his child on the floor, and they were reading a book between Mark, his child, and on the other end of the computer screen was his mother, the child's grandmother. And he said, this is where we want to go on augmented reality. Then I know that they own Oculus. Those are the goggles that gamers wear who put themselves into the videos and participate. Well, I think that's where entertainment is going. I reflect back to the Olympics that just ended, and from what I'm able to read, the audience has dropped dramatically in the Olympics, and I think to myself, why is that? I watch auto racing. I was born here in Indianapolis. Sunday of this week, they'll have the Brickyard 400. I went to the first one, so it's in my blood. I even have the original ticket that I bought for the first Brickyard 400 that Jeff Gordon won, and I'm striving to connect with Jeff to get him to sign it for me. But nonetheless, I believe that the future of athletics, the future of entertainment is going to involve participation. And that is to say that I'm not going to watch the Olympics. I'm not going to watch someone run the 100-meter dash. I'm going to run it with them. I'm going to experience it. I'm going to experience it visually. I'm going to experience it audibly. I'm going to experience it physically. And I'm going to do that through virtual reality. Virtually, I'm going to be there. I'm going to sit in the driver's seat of an Indy 500 car, and I'm going to do 220 miles an hour down the backstretch, brake hard, and go into the turn. I'm going to be in an F1 car. I'm going to experience that. You're going to experience that. We won't even want to go to the Super Bowl. We're going to want to sit on our sofa at home in front of our 80-inch screen TV. No, we won't even have the 80-inch. We're going to wear the goggles, and Tom Brady drops back to throw a pass, we're going to be on his helmet. We're going to hear him breathe. We're going to watch his eyes. We are going to be his eyes. He's going to throw that ball. We'll push a button and we'll be there and we'll be the receiver. And Facebook is going to be a leader in that because they own Oculus. And so these are the reasons. I talk a lot about biotech. I talk a lot about 3D printing. And I kind of ignore the 50% of my portfolio that I will never let go. I own most of this in non-qualified assets. So when I die, my heirs will inherit these stocks. They will own a part of the future, and they will get a step up in basis. What do I mean by that? I mean, if I bought Apple at $100 a share, and when I die, it's at $500 a share. They don't owe the capital gains on that because it's in a non-qualified account. They get a step up in basis, meaning that their cost in Apple is not $100 that I paid. Their cost in Apple is the $500 on the day that I die. So that's why I want to own these kind of stocks. I call them the sleeping giants, and no one talks about them. Nobody gives them no mind, but nonetheless, Microsoft, I'm up 60% in the past year. Apple, I'm up 90% in the past year, and Facebook, I'm up 60% in the last year. This is why I own them. This is why I will continue to own them, and this is why I think you should own them. So that's my take on the sleeping giants. That's what this channel is all about, giving you insight as to where you can make good investment decisions, create some family wealth, and learn to keep more of what you make by holding your assets in the right form such that they get step up on basis or they get minimal capital gains taxes. And that's what this channel is all about. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and then come to our Discord and learn more about it, how we share our knowledge and work together in this game. This is not a single sport. This is a team sport. And here at Best of Us Investors, we'd like you to join our team. Go to the link here, give me your name and your email address, and I'll send you an invitation to join our Discord. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed the flowers. We're heading back to Birmingham tomorrow, but gives us a unique chance to do some interesting video.